Hello everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Vijisom Prep Shot. I'm pretty sure you must be burning your midnight oil in this last month of CAT preparation. So why not make your life a little bit more easier? In today's video, we have Vijay Karotra with us, who went on to score 99.16 percentile in BART section of CAT 2019. So let's hear from him what it takes to score so high in a section which is a cakewalk for some, but definitely a nightmare for others who find it difficult to even clear the cutoff. Hi, Vijay.
Hi. So that was quite an introduction, Ashwati. Uh, but I agree with you. It is true. VARC is easier for some and problematic for others. That is the reason I'm glad Vijisom's admission team has come up with this initiative. It would really help all the aspirants for the final lab. And thank you so much for having me here. I hope my experience could help candidates in any way possible.
Definitely, Vijay. So let's start with the first question.
Yeah.
Many of the candidates are anxious about the change in the pattern of CAT. The time frame has been reduced to 40 minutes and the number of questions are unknown. So their question is whether they should follow the same strategy or they should bring some change in the strategy. What do you think, Vijay?
Yeah. So I think all the candidates might have already been accustomed to the 40 minutes duration of the test by now, as they would have taken mock tests of varying pattern. So, in my personal opinion, the candidates should not make major changes to their strategy. Few minor tweaks here and there would be enough to experiment for the next 1 week, post which they shall stick to one strategy and try to take as many mocks as possible and analyze them thoroughly and gets insights from them. This personally helped me a lot. The aim is to get used to the final and the time limit so that one could develop a rhythm which would help them build their stamina for the final D day. So, this is what I think they should do.
Rightly said, Vijay. I think this will be really helpful for them on their D Day. But then another question that comes to my mind is that how to avoid margin of error while choosing the options in the RC passages. Also, is it okay to skip certain questions after spending a lot of time on the passage? Can you also throw some light about how to divide VA and RC in that section?
Uh, so, being confused between two options is quite a common dilemma that anyone faces. I also had faced that. The only thing I could suggest in order to tackle this problem is to solve as many questions as possible. After some point of time, the thing which happens is you will develop that instinct to choose the correct option. Which that is what happened with me. With regards to time division, I would like to share with you the strategy which I adopted. Please do not consider it as a holy grail. Think about it, and if you find anything useful out of it, feel free to try it out. So I had divided my 1 hour time into a 35, 15, and 10 minutes ratio. You can divide the 40 minutes according to this. So in the first 35 minutes, as many passages as possible. Again, the aim was to look for the simple passages first and try to maximize my score with that, and then move to moderate and difficult passages. I used to keep the inference or conclusion type questions towards the end of the particular period and try to solve factual questions first. After the first 35 minutes, I would solve the verbal ability part. And then the last 10 minutes, I would keep for those RCs that I had found difficult earlier and didn't get time to solve. So this was the time distribution that I practiced a lot, and it helped me as I was able to have a look at all the questions without missing any. Also, one of the things that I used to do was I used to skim through the questions of the passages first, and then I used to read the passages. So this worked for me as it helped me get the correct answers quickly. So all in all, I would advise the candidates to work out their time frame and stick to it. If you're stuck somewhere, for example, if you have already read a passage, let's say thrice. And if you're not able to get anything out of it, just move on. Don't dwell into the passage because you might miss easy questions that could come later. So do not hesitate of skipping questions if you haven't seen the entire section.
Well, that was on point, Vijay. But then the last question we have for you is, what is the best trick to boost the VARC score in a span of 1 month for the students who feel they are not good in vocabulary or find it difficult, this entire section?
Yeah. So personally, my vocabulary was not that good. So what I used to do was, if I don't know a particular word, I used to focus on the sentences before and after that word. This helped me to get a bit of context of what it could stand for, and that's how I would proceed. So you can do it in that way. I would also like to add a bit about parajumbles and verbal ability. So in parajumbles, try to figure out the flow of the paragraph and try to find the linking words in the sentences. For example, if one of the jumbled sentences has a name of a person, then try to see whether that could be the intro of the paragraph. This is some skill which you would develop by more and more practice. So, my final bit of advice to all the candidates would be to take as many mocks as possible, as I said earlier, and try to analyze them thoroughly. It could be like 2 hours of mocks and another 2 hours of analysis. If VARC is your weak section, try to take sectional tests every other day. And please don't assume that a good speaker of English might nail this section. This exam is a complete, I must say, a different game altogether. And in a game, to become good, you need to practice a lot and learn from your mistakes. So, from my personal experiences, I had taken many mocks and analyzed them properly. That somehow instilled a kind of intuition that helped me solve the verbal ability and RC section. And the road to the 99th percentile in VARC was not an increasing linear line as people would think of, but a bumpy road. So do your best, and I can understand these are quite challenging times. So calm, as a calm mind is very important, especially for solving this test. So, so my final thing would be to wish you all the best and hope that you are able to take CAT like I don't have a word for it, but yeah, all the best for your exam.
I completely agree with that point, Vijay. And I'm pretty sure that your entire answers would have calmed them down. Thank you so much, Vijay, for sharing such insightful thoughts. I'm sure your tips and tricks would really help our aspirants to nail this section on the D Day. As an ending note, I just want to say a few words. The moment you are ready to quit is usually the moment right before a miracle. The best moments usually happen after the most difficult challenges. So never give up. Just hang in there. The best is yet to come. Good luck, guys, and give your best. Thank you, Vijay.